To my channel. So yeah, I'm on a bit of Ghostbusters kick lately. It happens, seeing as it is my favorite franchise of all time. So today I'm going to be talking about IDW's ongoing Ghostbusters comic. So it is a monthly comic. This is the first collected volume of the comic. This comic takes as its canon the events of Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters 2, some parts of Ghostbusters the video game, and IDW's previous Ghostbusters event, the Infestation crossover, where zombies from another universe came to the Ghostbusters universe and managed to infect the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, which created a zombified Stay Puft that fought the regular Stay Puft, and they dealt with it by building a ghost gun and firing poltergeists at it. It all made sense in the comic. I know this sounds really weird, but whatever. So, as its canon, it takes into account those things. Ghostbusters 1 and 2 for sure, but various events of Ghostbusters video game. It's tough to explain. It does kind of go off on its own, so we're not considering as part of that 1-2 video game canon that I consider to be the main canon for the Ghostbusters story, but kind of 1-2 and then an off branch from the video game. Okay, so that's kind of where we're going with that. So once again, Walter Peck is still the head of the Paranormal Contracts Oversight Committee, or PCOC, who looks over the Ghostbusters, who are still contractors for the state of New York, dealing with supernatural threats. The Ghostbusters still have a bunch of the equipment from previous IDW Ghostbusters comics, as well as some stuff from Ghostbusters the video game. Namely, in this volume, the boson darts made an appearance as one of the special packs they use to take on the villains. Okay? And that's kind of cool. I really dig how they're trying to fit this all together and make it its own thing. Ray has been having weird dreams about the Gozer event from the first movie. And he seems to believe they're prophetic in nature, leading to, once again, the reformation of the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man and Gozer attacking. Okay, they do reference how they have, they beat Gozer in the first movie, the Rookie beat him alone in the video game, and that they dealt with Stay Puft during the Infestation event. And, it's not such a huge threat anymore. So, I'm glad they addressed that, and that's really cool. And, so, apparently this Gozer getting defeated thing was a really big screw-up. It should never have happened. I mean, Gozer's a god. So, psychokinetic energy and various events are conspiring to form the Third, who is meant to act as a way of reselecting a destructor form for Gozer the Gozerian. Okay? So that's the main arc for the story in this one. Okay? Throughout the story, Ray gets kidnapped by this Third, and he is tortured to pick a new form for the Destructor. A new Destructor form for Gozer. It doesn't work out because Ray has a spirit guide in the form of one of the Blues Brothers, which is a nice reference to one of Dan Aykroyd's other roles, and which, once again, makes Ray select the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man as the form of the Destructor. And they finish off Gozer this time by siphoning off enough of Gozer's essence with a super trap that Ray constructed specifically for being able to catch stronger ghosts and so forth, and causing the Marshmallow Man to explode. Okay, so that's the overarching story. You do get the Ghostbusters busting, smaller, less crazy threats. They do face Slimer again. It doesn't count him as having been captured in Ghostbusters the video game, but rather, I guess, since he was free during Ghostbusters 2, I suppose they never caught him again, so he's out and about, and this surge of psychokinetic energy has made ghosts very powerful. Okay, leading up to the resurrection of Gozer again. Okay, so once again, it seems kind of similar to stuff that happened in the third movie, but as a Ghostbusters fan, I mean, it's nice to take care of this, shift it off to the side, because as nice as it is to see them facing Gozer again, it is kind of old. Almost every single piece of Ghostbusters event seems to want to haul out Gozer and the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man because they are the iconic villains of the Ghostbusters franchise. That's understandable, but it's nice to have them dealt with and off to the side, so now we can have more creativity with different things. The art style for this is absolutely beautiful. I mean, you know, you see this one full panel illustration of Slimer, the Ghostbusters there. Some people don't like it because it's a bit cartoony, and to be honest, I was a bit put off at first by it. It's almost like the Wii version of Ghostbusters, the video game, which I avoided because I wanted to see the real Ghostbusters, not the cartoony ones. But that's not a bad thing. I mean, it's somewhat like a mix between the Wii game, the Wii version of it, and the real Ghostbusters. Egon still has a kind of pompadour thing going on, but not the blonde hair. It's not a huge issue. I mean, the art style really works for it, but it allows a whole bunch of... It really just suits the overall look of the story, is the point I'm trying to get at. The ghosts are wonderfully designed. No issues there. There are tons of Easter eggs in these issues. If you're a fan of the game, the movies, the real Ghostbusters, older comics, the old Ghostbuster comics, IDW's various comics, there are a ton of little shout-outs and references in there. Just background characters, you know, items left sitting around. Just a whole bunch of things like that that make it really cool to read just for searching for those references alone. As far as the writing goes, it's fantastic. The guy writing this has managed to capture the voices of the Ghostbusters. You can just hear the voices of Harold Ramis and Dan Aykroyd, all of them just coming through the characters. It's wonderful. None of the other Ghostbusters comics have managed to capture this as well as this one does. So please, I really hope they keep this guy on the comic as writer. He's got it down pat, and that's really where a lot of these Ghostbusters comics go wrong, is that they don't capture the voice of the characters at all. So it's really nice to see that they've managed that with this one. So final recommendations. If you're a fan of the Ghostbusters franchise, I'd say this is required reading. It captures the characters' voices perfectly. The art's beautiful. It's pure Ghostbusters fun. If you've read any of the other Ghostbusters comics that have come out in the past over the number of years, you'll probably find something you recognize from them in here, whether it's the ghost gun from the Infestation event, or Baby Egon from the real Ghostbusters cartoon. You know, it's a Ghostbuster fan's dream comic. Yes, I'm saying that as a huge Ghostbusters fan, but really, you're not getting anything that's not biased from me in regards to Ghostbusters. Okay? So, on that note, enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for watching. And if you're sick and tired of hearing me talk about something, honestly, I run out of ideas for what to talk about, which is why I rant sometimes. Please, let me know. I'm more than willing to make a concession for anyone who takes as much time as you do out of your day to watch me. So yeah, thanks for watching, and catch you later.